Hi family. It's been a while since I wanted to post this. So I'm just going to post a video about mental illness according to DSM-5. So this is a very important message. Um, like there's been awareness like all over the world and all over the country about health awareness, and not just health awareness as generally, but mental health awareness. So if anybody can be depressed, anybody can be mentally ill. It's not for specific people, it's not for specific race, it's not for specific people who are poor or anything. Anyone can be clinically depressed. So, just to name a few, I think Naomi Osaka, the tennis player, she pulled out of the Wimbledon tennis, I think quarterfinals or something. Yes, competition. Let me just say competition because of mental illness. And Meghan Markle has also spoken about being depressed at some point in during her pregnancy while she was still a working royal back in England. And not just to name a few, but a lot of people have like found themselves being victims of okay, let me just not say victims, like being at some point mentally ill, being short period of time or longer period. And if you were not personally like not being the one who's personally diagnosed with mental illness, we have family members who have mental illness, including myself. So I'll just speak specifically about the clinical symptoms of like a mere clinical depression, or what we call a DSM diagnosis criteria for major depressive disorder. So in that case, it will be easier for people to actually detect when mental illness or when they feel they are like clinically depressed and stuff like that. Remember, anybody can be clinically depressed. So according to DSM-5, it says that at least five five of the following symptoms that I'm going to talk about must be or have to be present for have to be present for, or like let me just say have to be present during the same 2 weeks period. And at least out of those symptoms, like it has to be at least like symptoms must be diminished pleasure, diminished interest, or depressed mood. So on a nutshell, what this actually means is that according to DSM-5, not just you come to the clinic or to a psychologist or like to seek help and you just say, oh, I feel sad, and that's it, then you're clinically diagnosed as being depressed. No, it could just be a sign that you might be depressed, but it's not just on one thing alone. Hence the DSM-5 was actually invented, or it was actually written so that people can be able to know when is, because it's not a crime at some point to feel sad, to feel not interested in doing something, or to just feel like you just want to be alone, or you just want to shut down from anything and everyone else and just take care of yourself. It doesn't mean that you are depressed or you're mentally ill. So what DSM-5 is saying is that in these 2 weeks, that for me to be diagnosed as clinically depressed is, I'll just say me, is that I have to have those 5 symptoms for at least the present of the same, on the same 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And with one of these: a depressed mood, diminished interest, or diminished pleasure. So I'll just break it down as I go through, as I go on. So what they mean, okay, these symptoms that I'm going to actually tell you about them, mind you, 5 of them, or it could be all of them, but they have to at least be a minimum of 5, or else if they are less than 5, it's not what we call clinically depression according to DSM 5. So number 1, I'm going to start with this one, a depressed mood. So for children and adolescents, they say that DSM 5 say that it can also be an irritated mood. So just an example: you have a child. Let's say your child is a bubbly, happy child and stuff like that, or a happy adolescent and stuff like that. But in this case, this child, you just say to them, hey, my baby, baby girl or baby boy, can you give me that remote there? I just want to check. No, man, what? I don't know why people are always sending me anyway. Why are people doing this? I don't understand. What is this? All those things. I don't get it. Why am I the only one that has been sent in this house? Where is everybody else? Why don't you stand up and go and do it yourself? And stuff like that. So this person is having a very irritable mood. He's in an irritable mood. So mind you, it says that for children, adolescents. So a lot of people don't understand that children can also be clinically depressed. They can be. Children and adolescents. So we cannot just ignore the children because we think, oh, they're too young. What do they know about depression? They can also be depressed. Number 2, it could be diminished interest or loss of pleasure in almost all activities. So it's also called, it's called anhedonia. So what it means is, I used to love, watching TV. I've got a favorite show. Let's say, I'm a fan. Okay, let me just put it like this. I'm a fan of New Amsterdam, so I don't miss that show. And right now, I download it all the time because I don't have Netflix. So in that 2 weeks period, I'm not watching New Amsterdam anymore. I don't even care what time it's airing. I don't, even if they call me, I am not even interested. I don't even come and watch. It's like something has switched from me. So it means that there is a diminished interest or loss of pleasure in almost all the activities. So I'm an outdoor person. As an outdoor person, you come and say, hey, Bridget, oh my gosh, we're going for hiking or bungee jumping. I'm like, sorry, I'll pass. Okay, what's going on? Bridget, are you okay? No, yes, I'm fine, but I'll pass. Okay? You bring me, let's say I'm a fan of coffee. You bring me coffee. Sorry, I'm okay. I don't want it. What? Okay, I'm a fan of sushi. You bring me sushi. Thank you very much. Thank you. But I'm okay. I'm full. What? Since when Bridget refuses sushi? Okay. Let's go and start our gardening, or let's go do gardening outside. Oh, you go ahead. I'm okay. Okay, you bring me books. Bridget, here's a book. Let's read this book. You know what? This is your favorite book. You've been looking for this book. I found it. Here you go. Oh, Thanks. That's what they're talking about. And number three is a significant weight change or appetite disturbance, or for children this can be a failure to achieve like expected weight gain. So weight changes. So when your weight changes, it changes in that way that it's either you extremely loses your weight or you extremely gain weight. Like when they say significant weight changes, it means it's that change that is visible. It's not a change that is only seen by you, but even people can actually see it without even having to see you naked. They can be like, "Ooh, damn, she lost weight. Oh, ooh, damn, she's big. Damn, she's huge now." Like in this period of 2 weeks, that weight change can be seen like it can be seen in a way that you can't even hide it. So that means that's that significant weight change. Or your appetite changes. It's either you eat too much or you eat very less. So like for somebody who knows you that, oh, Bridget eat this much, all of a sudden I'm eating this much. Or person knows that I eat this much, all of a sudden I'm eating this much. So for that period of 2 weeks, yeah, if I'm having one of those, it could be a sign. Like even on children, being, let's say your child has been, let me make an example. She's 10 years old and she's supposed to be weighing at least from 9 kg to probably 14 or 14 kg or 13 kg, and then your child is like 4.5 kg or 6 kgs. That's very less for that child. Even if they give her whatever they need to give her, that child is not gaining weight. So they might be maybe clinically depressed. And then sleep disturbances, it could be insomnia or hypersomnia. So meaning that you sleep less or you sleep more. So when either of those two things, like your sleeping pattern is disturbed, being that now you sleep less or you sleep more, then yes, it could also be a sign of clinical depression. Psychomotor agitation or retardation. So meaning that you're going to be like, you're like, oh, when you're about to pick something out. So you see the difference? Yes, it could be that. So that is called psychomotor agitation. Agitation means you stuff like that. So, or retardation. Yes. Another thing, it could be fatigue or loss of energy. So I'm a very energetic person. So I don't mind standing up like pretty much for a very, very long time. And in this case, I'm like, I get there and I don't even want to stand up. I don't even want to go to the toilet. I don't even want to do anything. I just want to sit down because I feel so tired, or that I don't have energy at all. I don't even have energy to eat. I don't even have energy to talk. I don't even have energy to walk. I don't even have energy to do anything, or I am very fatigued. That could also be a sign. And also feelings of worthlessness. When I start going like, I'm useless in this world. I'm worth nothing. I'm not important. I'm a nobody. Nobody loves me. Nobody cares about me. Nobody even wants me. No one. I am nothing. So those are feelings of worthlessness. Another one, I've already spoke about depressed mood, diminished interest or loss of appetite, loss of pleasure in almost all activities, significant weight changes, um, sleep disturbance. Uh, the fifth one, psychomotor agitation or retardation. The sixth one, fatigue or loss of energy. And the seventh one, feelings of worthlessness. And then I'm going to the eighth one. The eighth one could be a diminished ability to think or concentrate, or indecisiveness. So meaning that now I am no longer able to concentrate the way I used to before. So let's say I'm that person who's very attentive, and at this moment you speak you you can repeat what you're about to say for like 5 times, and I still don't get it. And knowing it's like it's like I'm listening but I'm not listening. So it's like I don't understand what you're saying, but I'm listening to what you're saying. And on normal circumstances, when you say something and I quickly catch it, or at least maybe the second time I'll be able to understand what you're saying. But this time you can repeat it as many times, I can't even concentrate on what you're saying or think about what you're saying. And the eighth one, it could be a recurrent thought. Sorry guys, I'm on night shift. Sorry. Recurrent thoughts of death, recurrent suicidal ideation, without specific plan or without a specific plan, or a suicide attempt, or specific plan for committing suicide. So in this case, it's like they're saying the recurrent thoughts of death. So it's like, okay, you're sitting down, you're like, death, ne? Death, ne? I wonder when am I gonna die? Or how am I gonna die? Or would I be when I'm dead? Or what would I be doing when I'm dead? Or what would I've achieved when I'm dead? So you actually, like, a majority of your time, the word that dominates is death. So those are recurrent thoughts about of death. And also when they talk about recurrent suicidal ideation, you're always thinking about, I wonder how can I kill myself? What would be the easy thing to kill myself? Would it be a gun? Would it be poison? Throw myself in the bus? Throw myself on a moving train? In front of a moving train? How can I kill myself and succeed? How? When? How? What can I do? Oh, and also suicidal ideation without plan. You don't have a plan, but you just want to die. I wish I can die. I want to die, but you just don't know how. You haven't planned how. I want to die. I want to die. I really want to die. I want to die. Can I just die? Can I please die? God, please. Can you kill me? Those are the thoughts that you have. Suicidal ideation, but you ain't got no plan. And suicide attempt, so meaning this one is kind of like the one, it's pretty much obvious. This one, you've tried to kill yourself, but you did not succeed, whether intentionally or somebody came and helped you quicker, I don't know, but it's just you tried but it didn't work. Could be you used a paracetamol, or you used the Ratex, or you used could be a lot of things, but you didn't die. And then another one would be a specific plan for committing suicide. So this one, you plan it. I, Bridget, sit down and be like, what would be the thing that will kill me quicker? I think if I use a gun, it will be quicker. And you know what? Since I use a train, or you know what? I work at the airport. They've got taller buildings. I can actually get myself to the roof and throw myself down. That'll work. How many meters is that? Is that top of that building that I can get easily to? Maybe 20 meters. 22 meters. If I drop myself, I would definitely die. Nah, it's too short. How about I go to Carlton Center building? That is very long. Definitely, if I get myself to the roof, that's all I need to work on. Get myself to the roof, and I throw myself and die. That is suicidal thoughts. That is a specific plan for committing suicide. So, I think I mentioned depressed mood, one, depressed interest or loss of pleasure in almost all activities, number two. Number three, significant weight change or appetite disturbance for children. This can be failure to achieve the expected weight gain. And then number four, it could be sleep disturbance. It could be insomnia or hypersomnia. Number five, psychomotor agitation or retardation. Number six, fatigue or loss of energy. Number seven, feelings of worthlessness. Number eight, diminished ability to think or concentrate or indecisiveness. Number nine, recurring thoughts of death. Suicidal ideation without a plan for committing suicide. So there are nine. So if you have five of these eight with at least depressed mood, diminished pleasure or interest, then you qualify for being clinically depressed or being called or being diagnosed as having a depressive disorder. So thank you very much, guys. I am going to post other videos about health awareness as a whole, but today I just felt I wanted to talk about mental health because it is one of the things that I am very, very, very interested in personally, and I love the human mind. I love clinical and psychological health in the name that we have said about clinical depression. I hope everything you understand it and you're going to be able to identify those things if you find yourself in the situation or one of your loved ones is in the situation, so that you don't always call people crazy or and stuff like that. Thank you very much, guys. Until the next video, adios.